Hello again from my front porch. It is October 2nd, 2018, which means happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday dear me, happy birthday to me. Big old number 5-1. Now last year, of course, you will recall I did the month-long celebration of my 50th birthday, and I barely survived. This year, nothing like that. I'm getting together with some friends here in Des Moines tonight at AJ's on East Court. I love karaoke, and so we're doing a little party at the place I like to do karaoke at. And you know, those who are able to attend, great, and those who can't, you know, it's not a big deal. Again, it's just birthday 51. It's not a big milestone like the others, so it'll be fun. We'll have fun with that tonight. I'm going to wear my guitar shirt. If you haven't seen my guitar shirt, well, you know, you'll be in for a special treat if you're there tonight. Anyway, I'm going to call this episode "Live Long and Prosper." And the reason I'm going to call it that is, well, for two reasons. One, because I received my very first birthday present from my sister Tony over the weekend. They were in town to celebrate somebody else's birthday. Now, she'd only crossed to 51, amateur. But anyway, or she only crossed to 50. I'm 51. See, brain's first thing to go. That was going to be a really good line, and then I just screwed it up. Anyway, she only crossed to 50. Yeah. So she's an amateur. She's new. But anyway, they were in town for that, and so they stopped by. My sister Tony and her husband Dave and my nephew Dylan. They stopped by to give me an early birthday present, and this was the early birthday present that they had found for me. Check it out. It's a ceramic Vulcan salute, the Live Long and Prosper Vulcan salute from Star Trek. And my sister Tony even observed that not only is it the Vulcan salute from Star Trek, but it's even painted the proper blue like Mr. Spock wore. And I was like, oh, I'm so proud that she knows that stuff. Actually, it's technically not, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but it's technically not the blue that Spock wore. This is a much darker blue, a much richer blue than their uniform shirts were. Technically, this is more of the Doctor Who TARDIS blue, if you want to be specific. So, yay, it's cool on two reasons. But it works for me right now today too, because the concept, live long and prosper, I feel like I am living that right now, because just a couple of days ago, I celebrated crossing a milestone. A couple of years ago, when Ashley and Josh got married, I was at my heaviest point. I had tried to lose a little bit of weight. I tried to start losing some weight for the wedding because, you know, I didn't want to be this ballooned up fellow, but, you know, I just did. Anyway, you know how weight loss goes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I didn't really try really hard. But I saw myself, especially in the wedding pictures and just in my general feeling, I didn't feel like I was, you know, I was beginning to feel like a fat person, making justifications of things and excuses for myself and wearing baggier shirts and all this kind of nonsense, trying to hide that I was overweight, when in reality everybody could tell. I was the one trying to be blind to it. And so I finally decided I need to make some changes. I need to not specifically lose weight, but I need to just live healthier. And so I started making some changes to my diet and started changing how frequently I ate. Stopped doing all the snacking at home. And when I do snack, stop eating crap snacks, eat healthier snacks, eat healthier food things. Don't eat as much, you know, use more moderation and all these kind of things. And it paid off big time. Stop drinking so much soda. In fact, stop drinking almost any soda, except on rare occasions. Drink lots of water instead. You know, all of these kind of things paid off because over a 2-year period of time, I lost about 40 pounds. And that was phenomenal. And in fact, earlier this year, about 5-ish months ago, I went into the doctor for annual physical that I hadn't done for 2 or 3 years. The annual physical. And the doctor confirmed that I had lost over 35 pounds since the last time he had seen me. And so I was feeling really good about that. Also, all of my other measurements were fine. You know, the cholesterol was great, the blood pressure was great, heart was great, blah, blah. My blood sugar, on the other hand, is a whole different story. The cutoff line for glucose is 124 or something like that. I was at 274. And the A1C, which is really apparently the even more important number they measure, their scale goes up to 15. At 15, it just says you're way too high. It doesn't even measure beyond that. I was at 14. I was just barely on the scale. I was about ready to blow out their scale. And so he came back with those results and said, even though all this other stuff is good, you're diabetic, my friend. You got to get serious about this. You got to stop eating all these things. And as he listed the things I needed to stop eating, it was my diet. And I realized, now my dad's diabetic, his dad was diabetic, his aunts and uncles were diabetic, so there's a genetic predisposition, yes, but when the doctor listed the things that I should stop eating, and I realized that's all I really had been eating, I understood I had done it to myself a bit too, through my choices of eating habits. So he told me that if I got serious about diet and about exercise, that I could theoretically control. I could eventually pull it down to the point where I might be able to control it just through lifestyle and not need medication at all. And so I was like, yes, let's do that. Let's shoot for that. And I went full bore at it. As you all know, you've tracked my journey all along as I've been working to do that. And I have successfully brought my glucose level down so that in general, at night, when I'm going to bed, it's under 100. In the morning, because it's your blood sugar can tend to go up overnight because your liver evaluates your body and says, oh, you don't have enough sugar, and it just starts dumping sugar without really monitoring at the time, and so it's possible for that to spike up a bit. So in the morning, my average is more between 100 and 125, depending on where it was the night before and stuff. Interestingly enough, I've discovered if it's too low the night before, it tends to spike up higher the next morning. And so, I'm trying to measure that more, monitor that more, and prevent it from being too low before I go to bed so that I don't get that spike, so the liver doesn't get triggered like that as much. Anyway, that's tangent off the side. Point is, I've been doing a good job keeping the glucose level down, but I had no idea what my A1C was because the doctor measures that. And so it had been 14, just barely about out of the range, but right up there, 14. So yesterday, I went to the doctor for my first appointment after being diagnosed 5-ish months ago. And he informed me that when he saw my results, he had to do a double take. He looked to confirm that it really was my results that he was looking at, because what had been at 14 was now 6. 14 to 6. 6 is more than normal. In fact, I found a chart that I'll insert on the official version that shows kind of the range of this, where you've got the measurements of here's way at the top, and then 6 is down here kind of in the normal range. They'd like you to be below 6 though, not obviously too far below 6, but below 6 is considered the more safe rate. Well, I'm at 6 now. I was at 14, I'm at 6 now. And that's just with the diet changes, because I have not actually done the exercise part. He said 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and I was like, I don't even know what that looks like. I don't know what that means. But I'm now scheduled to go back in January. First week of January, I go back for a follow-up appointment, and he says, based on what he's... Now, first of all, he said that drop I made was one of the most dramatic drops he's ever seen a patient make. It had to be one of the top, the 5th highest drop of a single patient in such a short period of time that he's seen. He said normally what happens, sadly enough, is when he gives people the news like he gave me, here's what your A1C is, here's what your glucose is, and you gotta get serious about it. A lot of people say, just give me the medicine. I'm doing fine. I don't feel bad. And I didn't feel bad when I didn't even know. I had no indication that my blood sugar was so high. I thought I was healthy, in fact, at the time, because I'd lost a little. Oh, by the way, At this appointment, doctor also confirmed I'd lost another 10 pounds, which reaffirms just a couple of days ago that I crossed the milestone of losing 50 pounds. Yes, I've lost 50 pounds since I began this journey. And so now I'm now 50 pounds lighter from where I was when I started. My blood sugar is down in a better range. My A1C is down in normal, and he says if I get serious about the exercising, by the time I come back and see him in January, I might not even qualify as diabetic anymore. How about that? In less than a year, go from 14 A1C to you're not even diabetic now. That'd be so awesome. But it's all part of live long and prosper. Because honestly, I kid you not, I feel more energetic and more alive and healthier and more vibrant now than I think I have in 2 decades at least. So they say, age is just a number. It's all in your mind. Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm 51 as of today. I don't feel 51. Well, I'm not even sure what 51 should feel. I honestly do. I say it kind of jokingly, but I really mean it. That I feel like I was born to be the age I am right now. It's kind of a smart aleck line, but it's also true. I mean, I feel fine. I have no qualms about the age that I am. I'm enjoying it. I'm embracing it. And a large part of it because of how much healthier I'm now feeling. And here's another kicker. Coming up on October 13th, I'm going to be helping to MC Filipino Fest, the 4th annual Filipino American Society's Filipino event. It'll be up in Ankeny. And because I'm helping to MC this event on October 13th, I have to wear what they call a barone. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Here's my memory device. Remember the show Everybody Loves Raymond, Ray Romano's character, Ray Barone? That's the connection that I made. So I believe it's called a barone. But here's the barone that they have loaned me to wear. Isn't that cool? Now I have to wear a t-shirt under it because it's very transparent. It's very clear. I don't want all my body hair showing through. But this is the barone I'm wearing. But check this out. It fits perfectly. Check out the size on the shirt. It's a medium. I can't tell you the last time I wore a medium anything. I mean, my shirts have all been large or even extra large for however long. And now that shirt, I tried it on, and that shirt, it's a medium, and it fit fine. In fact, I had a little extra room in it. I was like, whoa, what happened here? So anyway, here I am, 51 years old and feeling great, and I am looking forward to, I don't know if I'll get a whole nother 51 or not, but however many years I've got, I plan to live long and prosper, most definitely. And with that, I'll see you next time from my front porch.